firsts, lasts, and in-betweens. We're certainly not the last class to get a smile and a kiss from Bruiser walking across campus. We are never going to be the last class to begin our college careers by serving our local community and pursuing our passions. Above all else, come hell or high water, we will never be the last class to come to Adrian College and find a motivated and supportive community of students, faculty, and staff, and leave with the skills and tools needed to be inspiring industry leaders and professionals with high hopes and dreams for our bright futures ahead. The people and the experiences that we are most grateful for are the ones that will continue us on this upward path for the rest of our lives. In the spirit of gratitude, thank you to my fellow classmates for being a part of this community with me. Whether we spent most of these moments together or barely crossed paths, you contributed your gifts and talents to continue the legacy of this incredible community. Thank you for prioritizing the preservation of the Adrian College experience and for continually seeking to develop the institution's ability to develop both the knowledge in our heads and the care in our hearts.
Thank you to the roommates, friends, teammates, and peers who, although we have only known each other for 4 years, it seems impossible to think about being surrounded by anyone else in the coming weeks. We celebrated each other's accomplishments, became each other's biggest cheerleaders, and never let each other struggle alone. College has been called the most formative years of our lives, but I can say for certain that these last 4 years have included both the most amazing and most difficult moments of my life. One constant, however, is the support of my friends through it all. It is impossible to thank everyone who makes up our AC family. Together, you have each played an integral role in helping us achieve this momentous milestone.
And you be proud to be a graduate of Adrian College. It's a good day to be a Bulldog. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time when you will always look back at and say, you know what? Those were incredibly special years. Never experienced before I arrived and never replicated after you leave college.
continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
From Nicolay Field, it is a sunny Saturday afternoon and a fantastic day for more Adrian College baseball. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside by my partner in crime, Tyler Ackerman, for game number 2 from the Nicolay Field here in beautiful Adrian, Michigan, between the Kalamazoo College Hornets and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Game number 1 of this 3-game weekend series between these two squads finished up with a massive win for the Bulldogs, closing things out at a final score of 12-2, not even making it 2-9 innings. They had the mercy rule go. And something interesting to talk about, we knew that it was going to be a fiery battle between these two sides. Kalamazoo went through 5 of their pitchers throughout the entire game, Bulldogs only having to rely on 2. So will be interesting to see how the Hornets are going to fare in this one in the pitching department. We saw a lot of hits and a 5-for-5 campaign for Joe Cassell, who will look to continue that streak here in game number 2. Any opening thoughts here, Tyler?
Well, you mentioned it, of the 5 pitchers. Davis played well as a starting pitcher. He made it through 4.5 innings, but the bullpen for Kalamazoo was a struggle, as they gave up 18 hits in total as a team, as we get ball 1 to start off today.
Underway for game number 2 here at the Nicolay Field. We'll likely see the lights dim a little bit down as this pitch number 2 is swung on, flown out to center, and caught by Jack Boyke for out number 1 of the second game. Things underway here at the Nicolay Field. Cooper Mills with the fly out will bring up the catcher, number 9, Harrison Posat.
Something to mention is that is exactly how the first game started, with a fly out to center as we get a foul ball into the netting. The name of the game last game was 2-out rallies, as the first couple of innings had all the runs come from the second out until Adrian decided to explode in the later innings to make it a 12-2 victory by mercy rule.
2 foul balls to start the at-bat for Posat. 0-2 count, 1 out. The pitch from Daniel Gutierrez. It's hit again, all the way to center. Boyke. 2 fly balls sent his way, 2 catches, and 2 outs. A good quick start for the Bulldogs.
He's had a clean slate in the outfield so far, as every single fly ball that's come to him he's been able to catch. He's great at tracking, especially in this sunny weather, as the sun does beam down onto this beautiful field here in Adrian, Michigan.
It is certainly a beautiful sight to see the field that we have here at the campus of Adrian College. Full turf here, but you get the difference in color, and when the sun is shining down, as you said, it is a beautiful, beautiful sight, and a good packed crowd here today in the stands atop the dugouts and towards the side. We're 1-1 here. Straight down the middle for strike number 2.
As you mentioned, we're looking at the field here, and also behind the field at the hill, have a ton of fans stretched out in this beautiful sun, getting a tan while also watching some Bulldog baseball, as that pitch was inside for ball 2.
Gutierrez pitched last weekend in the 9-1 win over the University of Olivet. Did a great job at keeping his squad in it. This pitch down in the dirt. We'll see if they went, and he did not, so we'll go to a full count at 3-2.
He's got a 3-1 record so far with 35 strikeouts. An impressive number, leads all pitchers for Adrian. And
That's
there is
in there
one
for
right
strike number 3.
A one.
Gutierrez will get the punch out, and that's going to finish off the side. Good start, 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs. Nobody scoring this time around versus a little bit different of a first inning last game, and we'll take a moment for a quick commercial break. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning right here at the Nicolay Field. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Of his throw.
Welcome back to the Nicolay Field. Bottom of the first inning between Kalamazoo College and Adrian College. Game 2 of 3 on the weekend between these two clubs. First game resulted in a 12-2 victory for the Bulldogs, looking to follow things up here today and move on to Sunday afternoon. To the mound for Kalamazoo will be Brendan Naprinsky, making his first appearance today. Not one of the pitchers that we saw in the first game. So fresh out of the bullpen and stepping to the plate, it's going to be Joe Cassell. 5-4-5 was the story of the day for him in game number 1. Let's see how he does with his first AB, game number 2. First pitch is in, straight down for strike number 1.
Finish off the day in the first game with a walk to go along with those 5 hits.
Swing and a miss on pitch 2.
Prinsky has an interesting foul through as he slams his head down.
This is fouled back, staying in it will be Cassell.
Cassell likes to work the breaking ball, likes to swing full on.
The next pitch will not go for Prinsky.
It looked just a little bit high, I think, but to my vantage point, it looked in.
Upstairs again. Cassell will fight it off. Fouled back. Popped up towards the dugout. See if the catch can be made. And, off the wall. Taking a tumble there was Posert.
And went off the wall and also hit Newland right in the shoulder. So a couple of Hornets go flying, trying to get that ball. As Posart lunged for it, even though it hit the wall already. And the Newland caught that one right on the top of the shoulder.
Swinging and getting down is Cassell. He is 6-for-6 on the day. This is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, he caught that one extremely well. He got a replay, and it's just he sat on that breaking ball again, what he's been looking for all day so far, and he's just been able to find the gaps there as that one dropped down in the middle, and he got himself another double. He's got 2 doubles on the day, 2 singles, and then 2 infield hits so far.
So Joe Cassell leading things off again with a hit. 1 for 1 in this game. 6 for 6 on the day. 100% in the batter's box.
And as a pitcher, you have to start off against a guy that hot. Kind of gets the mindset a little bit turned up just a tad, because you're starting off, usually you can have like a few pitches to be able to get yourself in a groove, but when you have Joe Cassell being able to do what he's done so far, it's just a struggle to start off with a hot guy like that.
The pitch into Charles is swinging.
Saw Charles throw 110 plus pitches in the first game and stays in at second for this second game.
This is bloop to right field and out of play for a foul ball. And yeah, we talk about Jacob Charles. Threw a lot of baseballs over home plate in that first game. Struggled just a little bit at the start, but rebounded well. And then it was Luke St. Antoine who came in relief. As this is flown out to right field, it's caught. Tagging up will be Cassell, gets all the way to third. And a sacrifice fly for Jacob Charles. This will bring up Nick Bruder, the shortstop.
Bruder had a double to start off the game in the first one, and then had a couple of ground outs, but ended up with also a single for an RBI. So he is also going to be looking forward to get Cassell into home plate so we can start off Bulldog run.
First pitch swinging from Bruder is fouled back. 3 hits in his 5 ABs in game number 1. And we saw hits from everybody in the lineup in the first game. Only one who couldn't find his way to a ball was Gus Weeks, as this is popped up to foul territory. Out of play again.
He was 0-1, but only had 2 at-bats, and the second one being a walk that had a run he scored on it as the bases were loaded when that walk happened.
The 1-2 pitch is high for ball number 2. This is chopped to second. The run will score. Out is made at first. And a sacrifice RBI.
That won't hurt the batting percentage as he leads the team with it going into the day, but I'm pretty certain now that Cassell is 6 for 6. He might have leapfrogged over Bruder for that lead spot.
So we'll bring up Miranda. This is crunched all the way back towards the wall. It's down. He'll make his way to second. Speeding his way there as A.J. Miranda took the first pitch and got it all the way back to the wall. As this will bring up the designated hitter and Edward Wagner.
In the first game, he pinch hit in a crucial situation and got an RBI single out of it. And now he's designated here for today's game. Hopefully he can get another RBI as he's got a guy in scoring position.
Man on second. This is Edward Wagner. We saw him pinch hit in the first game and got a hit when he was called on. That one well outside for ball number 1. Wagner waiting for his pitch. Looked like he was getting to start to swing. Decided not to, so it's in there for a called strike.
Wagner, whenever he hits it, usually leads to something important, so hopefully he can get a 2-out rally here.
That pitch looked a little outside, but umpire thinking otherwise. 1-2 with 2 outs and a man on second. No go there. That one looked like the same exact pitch as the one before.
This umpire today has had his strike zone a little bit moved to the outside of the batter. We've seen it a lot of the times from Adrian's pitchers being able to pick that corner.
And strike 3 got him swinging, and that will retire the side as Oprinsky stops the bleeding in the bottom of the first. 1 run scored on a sacrifice RBI for the Bulldogs as they walk out to the field for the top of the second. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman don't go anywhere. Second inning coming up from the Nicolay Field. You're watching Bulldog Baseball. Back at the Nicolay Field, leading things off for the Hornets will be Tanner Hawkins.
Interesting fact for you Herms and the people watching is that Tanner Hawkins leads his team in batting percentage at .474 and also on base percentage as well at .595.
Wow.
The high average that he usually gets on base, so
he'll bloop this out to right. The catch is there. Joe Cassell lost his cap in the process, but he'll make the catch for the out.
he's done everything well today. He's been hitting well, and he has also been able to field well, as in the first game he made an insane catch over the wall as that ball is hit foul.
Gutierrez with the 0-1 pitch. A heater. Gets him swinging.
It's a nasty pitch just inside the hands and a fastball coming in hot.
Stetchow gets called out. A strikeout for Gutierrez. How about that? Now 2 outs. 1 more down here in the top of the second.
He's already got 2 Ks on the afternoon, and we're only 5 batters in.
Big difference from the first game where we saw a plethora of pitches thrown in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, especially from Adrian's side, as Charles was unfortunately had to deal with a lot of adversity with 2 outs remaining. And Gutierrez so far has kept the plate clean.
1-0 to Newland. High up in the zone, now ball number 2. Gutierrez finally gets strike one.
Newland.
And there's strike number two. Trying to close out the side.
Newland was talking to the ump there after the first strike, and then again after the second one. He's a little bit disagreeing with the calls.
We'll see what we get here. The 2-2 count. Strike three, he got him. 3 up and 3 down for the Bulldogs in the top of the second inning. And they'll head back to the batter's box for the bottom of the second. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman will be right back. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACT. Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the second inning, David Kedrow, the catcher, to lead this frame off for the Bulldogs. Holding on to their 1-0 lead thus far. There's the 0-1 pitch from Oprinsky.
Prinsky likes to go low with those breaking balls. First couple of them found the turf. Now he's starting to lift them up a little bit.
Here's a hard hit from Kedrow. Back at the wall. Oh, and it's caught at the warning track.
That ball was absolutely destroyed. Unfortunately, did not get the right height on it. And just able to make the play was Bolton. He was trying to track back. I thought at first that ball might have gone out, but he was just able to get it at the warning track.
1 out for the fly out in David Kedrow. Tomahawked it out to center. Could not get it to go, as Lucas Bolton was way back at the wall to make that catch. 2 pitches, 2 strikes there for Oprinsky. Has Davis sitting at 0-2. Third one in there outside for 1-2.
Talked about a little bit of the strike zone being a little bit to the outside. That second pitch was low and somehow hit the bottom right corner.
Fighting it is Davis.
These 2 balls were very close of being a strikeout call. The count stays at 2-2.
That one foul tipped, a hard chop. Davis with 2 hits last game and 3 RBIs.
Good day for him so far. Hoping to extend it with a full count.
There's another tip. Oh, and a hard hit there on Posat. Ooh, hard block. It's the second time that's happened for him today. Looks to be okay.
He's not necessarily like holding anything. So I'm guessing he's just going to nurse it a little bit and continue to stay in the game. He was taken out around, I think, the 6th inning in replacement. But he's back in this game to start, and he's going to stay in as well.
Ball number 4 in there for Davis. He'll take his base. Man on first with 1 out.
It's a good at-bat. Had 2 strikes a little bit right away, and he was able to fight back with a couple of foul balls and eventually find ball 4 for a walk.
Easton Rogers will take his turn here in the bottom of the 2nd. That's floated out to center. Will it get down? Yes, and off the back of the wall. He'll get to 2nd. We'll see if we'll get the throw to home. It's at the plate. Not in time. An RBI double for Easton Rogers.
That ball was smashed, but it was the running of Davis that was able to go from all the way from first and be able to round all the bases and get home on that RBI double. This Adrian squad has a lot of speed, and a nice double through the gap, being able to fall down, and all of a sudden this game is already 2-0.
First pitch out there for strike number 1. Boyke looking to get on and hopefully send Rogers a little bit farther through the base path.
A runner at 2nd. Usually if you can hit a nice single, most of the time that runner from 2nd can score.
The picked throw was in there just in time.
It's a good play by Oprinsky, but if he threw that ball a little bit sooner, he would have been out.
This is put to short. The throw from way out is there, and he got him for out number 2. A great throw from Cooper Mills at short.
Cooper Mills had that play, that pickoff attempt play, and he comes back and he's able to make a nice throw to get that runner out. Another thing to look at was that he made sure that the runner at 2nd stayed before he threw that over.
This will bring up Joe Cassell. He bounces this one to short. Can he get there in time? No! And the heater will end for Joe Cassell. 6 for 7 on the day. Couldn't get all of that swing as it bounced right to the shortstop in Cooper Mills, who just barely made the throw. But should not hang your head if you're Joe Cassell, because, man, he's been playing absolutely phenomenal today.
He looks a little bit frustrated with himself. I mean, yeah, you're going to be frustrated, but you're also 6 for 7 on the day with a double already to start off this game. So there's nothing to hang your head, like you already mentioned. And Kalamazoo gets out of it with only giving up 1 run.
No reason not to look to your next at-bat if you're Joe Cassell and say, you know what, I'm just going to turn on another one and get back into it. So we'll step aside just for a quick second for a quick commercial. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman, you're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV. Back at the Nicolay Fields. Top of the 3rd inning between the Hornets and the Bulldogs. This first pitch to Fankel in the dirt down low for ball number 1.
Gutierrez already has 3 Ks on the afternoon.
This is blooped all the way to second. Throw is made in time for the out.
That was a great play by Bruder. That 2-hopper kind of caught him a little bit off guard, and he was able to quickly and all in one motion grab it from his glove and then be able to throw out, as Finkel was fast, but just not in time.
1 out quickly for the Bulldogs. This next pitch from Gutierrez, a called strike. Oh, 1 the count to start Lockhart off. This one hammered to right field, and getting on base is Logan Lockhart.
Took 8 batters for them to finally get a hit. That was a nice hit. A little opposite side field. He was able to split first and second and find himself on first.
Hornets will have a base runner on first base. The pick from Gutierrez will not get there. Can see the lighting start to change out here at the Nicolay Field as the afternoon starts to turn into the early evening. Hard pitch from Gutierrez. Swinging hard on it was Bolton.
Gutierrez likes that fastball a little bit inside and high. That pickoff attempt was no good. It's very difficult for hitters to be able to hit that ball, as contact will be most likely on the inside of the bat and a little bit closer to the hands.
0-1. Swung on again from Bolton. Gutierrez looking for another punch out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Almost made contact with Bolton.
That was a heat seeker almost right to his head, Herms.
Throw back to first again. Once more, not in time. Trying to catch Lockhart slipping. And this one will make contact with Bolton. And it'll advance the runner from first to third.
Saw the first ball thrown right before he got hit, kind of close to his head. Unfortunately, that area where you're trying to throw that strike in that kind of close has a little bit of an error, as can easily hit someone.
Again, another pitch inside. Gutierrez has to be careful here.
Especially with runners on first and second.
Here's a bunt down in the dirt, will not go. Cooper Mills back to the top of the order, the shortstop. 0 for 1 in this game. Had one of the 3 hits for the Hornets last game.
An RBI single, too.
This is punched out towards foul territory and out of play.
Seen about 3 or 4 balls going in that same exact spot from earlier today's game and now into this one as well.
A 1-2 to Mills. Sent to the mound. Play is made at second. Throw is in time for out number 2. But that will move runners to second and third as this brings up the catcher and Harrison Pozat.
Usually you want to hit the ball hard, but luckily for Mills, that one skipped a little bit. So instead of a double play possibility, you can only turn 1. And now you have runners at second and third with 2 outs.
First pitch is foul tipped. This is a good spot if you're the bench for Kalamazoo. Looking to get into this game early, and that really should be their main focus going forward. This again is fouled off towards the side. Now 0-2. Gutierrez with the opportunity to shut down the inning.
Especially with runners at second and third, a single can score you 2 and tie up this game really quickly.
Need a lucky ball and some good base running. This is over the head of Posat from Gutierrez. Might have slipped out of the fingers just a tad bit.
I've seen that a couple of times now where he's missed that fastball high and inside.
1-2 count. Tipped back.
I'm interested to see that he hasn't really thrown a lot of breaking balls so far in these at-bats. So I wonder if Posat is expecting a fastball.
This is popped up.
And he's keeping this at-bat at only just 1 and 2, but has followed off, I think, almost every single one of the strikes.
Upstairs again.
The 2 balls that Gutierrez has thrown at this at-bat have been over Posat's head. This is a dangerous guy as he has 41 RBIs.
This is sent to right. It's going to play through, and it gets down. 2 runs will score, and Posat to second. That's what you needed if you're a Hornet.
That's huge. Already down 2 in the first 2 innings. You need something to happen as you're feeling a little bit down on yourselves after losing 12-2 in the game before, but now this one's already tied up at 2s. That's huge for Posat. Another 2-out rally. This game is back even.
This first pitch from Gutierrez in for a strike. Two outs and a man on second. Fouled back.
I'd love to see a little bit of some type of breaking ball from Gutierrez, as he's thrown a lot of fastballs. And Reinhardt's probably sitting on that fastball waiting for it. There it is.
Strike 3. He got him.
It's exactly what I was talking about, Herms. You throw a ton of fastballs and you have an 0-2 count. The breaking ball will get Reinhardt that's sitting on the fastball, and he swings and misses for strike 3 and the end of the inning.
So we have a tied game at 2 apiece. Similar start to last game as well. Bulldogs able to get out of it. They'll head back to the batter's box. We'll be back in just a moment with the bottom of the 3rd inning. Right here from Nicolay Field, you're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV. Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs deadlocked at 2 with Kalamazoo College. The 2 top spots in the MIAA. This is sent to short. Fielded down, couldn't be played, and a single for Jacob Charles will get things going in this frame.
Mills almost made a nasty play there as he dove, and it was in his glove for a second, but he was just not able to close the mitt and keep a hold of that as it went behind him just slightly. And Charles has a lead-off single.
Pick off to first. Doesn't get there from Oprinsky. This is roped to center. It gets down from Bruder. Will move Charles to third. Back-to-back singles for the Bulldogs. A great swing from Nick Bruder. Runners in scoring position. Charles at third and Bruder at first. As here comes A.J. Miranda.
Miranda leads the team in RBIs with 21. So with a runner at third, he's ready to cook. And another thing to note for Charles, he was already kind of halfway there when that pitch was hit. So that's why he was able to round second and get to third so easily.
A heads-up play from Charles. First pitch up for a ball. Miranda waits on the second one. Two-0 pitch, fouled off, and did that hit Posad in the mask?
I'm pretty certain.
Who did that hit?
I'm certain that hit Posad in the top of the helmet, or it went off of the umpire's chest plate.
It sounded more of a clunk rather than a thud, so
Yeah.
maybe it was the home plate umpire. Hit somebody behind the plate.
Posad didn't seem too stressed out about it, so you might be right on the umpire call.
2-1 the count. Men on first and third. Fouled off. Miranda will advance to 2-2.
And it's sitting on the breaking ball, and when that fastball comes in right over the plate, you have to eventually swing at it, and that's why it was late, fouled off to the right side.
Next pitch is in. Will get us to a 3-2 full count.
This is when you need a strikeout if you're Oprinsky.
Next one upstairs for ball 4. No outs. Bases are loaded. As this brings up Edward Wagner. We talked about it in the first inning when he was called upon to pinch hit in a very similar position in the first game. Sent a nice RBI fly to right field. We'll see what he can do here with no outs. Oprinsky takes him for strike 1.
Again, it's that outside side where you're just able to find the corner, and most batters don't agree with the call, but it's in there.
This is sent out to left. Runners will tag. The throw from the outfield can't get there in time, so the Bulldogs will score again and retake a 1-run lead. Jacob Charles gets all the way home, so a sacrifice fly out to left field.
Now with a fly out like that, you need it to be deep enough where that throw doesn't really come into play. If that thing's a little bit too shallow, then the fielder could possibly get it to home plate before Charles could get there. But luckily Wagner was able to hit that ball with some oomph and get it deep enough where he can get the sac fly for an RBI.
So 1 out. And I thought that was going to be close to being a balk because he didn't throw.
He almost lifted up that leg, and if he does, then he's in a throwing motion, and it would be a balk.
Runners on first and second. This is hit hard and popped up to shallow right. Looking to make the catch there. That was Logan Lockhart who got under it.
Bruder was thinking about going, but then he seemed to slip up a little bit.
I think he got called off. I don't think he would have made it in time. That was a little bit too shallow.
Yeah, if that's the case, it was a great play by the third base coach telling him to hold off, as Mills was able to cut that one off to make sure that Bruder wasn't going anywhere.
Davis swings on the first one. Strike number one for him.
Davis was able to walk in his first at bat, but it's already down 0-1.
Down low and a good eye from Davis.
That one about shin height. Counts 1-1.
This is swung on, sent out to right, back at the wall. The catch is made by Lockhart, and that will retire the side. The Bulldogs able to get runs in 3 straight innings. They'll hold on to a 3-2 lead as we take things to the top of the 4th. Pace of play moving along swimmingly. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman will be back in just a second. You're watching Bulldog Baseball. Back at the Nicolay Field, top of the 4th inning. This first pitch swung on from Hawkins, back to the wall. It will get down for a double. And Hawkins again with a great swing.
He had a nice one at the beginning where he unfortunately flew out, but this one able to find the gap. And he hit that one first pitch of this inning and found it. And he's got a stand-up double for himself.
Runner on second. First pitch from Gutierrez gets in for a strike.
Usually Gutierrez throws strikes to start and then decides a little bit on inside pitches, as there's another one in the same exact spot. He loves that inside strike, and then he's able to throw the breaking ball after that.
0-2 count. Strike 3, he got him swinging.
I mean, that was 3 pitches, and they were the exact same, Herms. They're inside fastballs that you had 2 of them that were looking, and then the third one swinging. And he's got another K for himself. He's up to 5.
Good day for Gutierrez. This one lashed out to right. It gets over and down. Huge swing from Newland will send his man home, and we're tied up.
Just able to get that one, and it just goes over Cassell's head, as we've had a few of them go to that right side where they're deep by the warning track and just not able to get it down. And again, this game is just going extremely well for both sides of batting.
This will bring up Fenkel, who gets a bunt down. It will play there. Oh, and some contact at third.
I think Davis thought possibly that ball was going to go foul.
Yeah.
And that's why he waited it out. But if he picked that up, he could have just went to third, because Newland was going to third. And then they made some contact there.
Not sure what the decision was from Davis to not play that, because that ball had no curvature on it and was staying fair the whole way. And like you said, could have made it just an easy, simple play to third. And now you have a man in prime scoring position. You're tied up at 3 apiece.
With one out as well. And he had two options, really. And he could have just picked it up and threw it to first, or he could have waited and picked it up and tagged out the runner at third, but decided to not go with either.
Here's another bunt. Will fly high and out. Yeah, that was certainly an awkward play there at third base.
Yeah, 'cause that ball was leaning more towards the green part of the field, too. So it didn't really have any way of going foul.
Called in there. 1-1 the count. Thrown to first. Not there in time.
Seen that a couple times now. Kalamazoo likes to take a big lead off, trying to get a runner to second.
Bunt towards the plate. Made at home. He's tagged safe. Wow. In shocking fashion. I do not agree with that one at all. Not only was there contact, but Kedro made the tag at home. And you can see it on the replay there. I don't know what the decision is to call that safe. We'll catch it one more time here on the replay. The bunt was there towards home, and he tagged him. Seemed like a full step ahead. He wasn't crowding the plate at all, so you can't argue that there was much interference.
And the only contact that was made was the knee to Kedro's head. And that's why he's bent over in some pain right now.
I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. And Coach Craig Rainey visibly unhappy, and rightfully so, because that is a massive, costly decision from the home plate umpire to not call that an out. So the score stands at 4-3. One out, man on first and second. Gutierrez gets it down, this play to second. The double play is there. So the Bulldogs recover after a weird call at home plate from the umpire. And they'll head to the bottom of the fourth, down by a run at a score of 4-3. And you see here the double play made right at second, touches up in the throw to first. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back on ACTV. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person?
Back at Nicolay Field. Bottom of the fourth inning. This game is what we expected in the first one. Back and forth baseball all around.
Especially in this close of a game. I mean, 6 hits for the Bulldogs, only 3 runs compared to 5 hits for the Hornets. As Rogers swung and missed on that one, the count is now 1-2. But 5 hits for the Hornets and 4 runs. Again, that awkward run scored in the top of the fourth.
Strike 3 in there as swinging for the strikeout was Rogers.
That breaking ball, he swung and missed twice on it. Fortunately, couldn't make contact with it, and he goes down with a K. That ball a little bit outside. Prinsky missing his mark there for sure.
Jack Boyke in the box.
He's made some great plays in the outfield, but struggles a little bit at the plate so far today. Take strike 1.
This is hit well to right field. It gets down as Boyke will find his way to first.
That's big for him. That ball had a little bit of downspin on it after he hit it, and it seemed like for a second it might float up in the air for Lockhart to be able to get to it, but it dipped down and he's got himself a single.
First pitch in there for a ball.
6 for 7. Joe Casal is.
Cassell will wait on a second one.
There are 2 balls thrown at shin height for himself. Nothing really hanging up there. If you're a pitcher for Kalamazoo, the last person you want to leave a hanging breaking ball in is Joe Cassell.
Two and one the count for Cassell. Outside and in the dirt, 3-1.
It's a good stop by Pozat, as that ball could have easily gone behind him for a wild pitch, and they would have a runner in scoring position with only 1 out.
Cassell will take that for a full count.
Well, Prinsky able to climb back into this at bat.
3-2 swinging. Fouled back.
So kind of down on himself there, as that was the pitch he was looking for. Even told the umpire that. See what Prinsky will throw in this full count.
That's in there. Oh, and strike 3.
I don't know about that call. That was inside. And the ump decided to call it a strikeout. Cassell was talking to him before his teammates told him just to back away and go back to the dugout, because the last thing you want is for him to be thrown out of this game in the way he's been playing.
2 outs and a man on second. This is Jacob Charles.
He's able to find a single in his last at-bat.
Inside for ball 2.
Hoping to do the same and possibly get the runner in to tie up this ball game.
Hit well, but foul.
Be a long run for the ball boy as that one hit the fence and went a little bit farther back than expected in left field.
Two and one count with a man on second. Prinsky trying to get out of it. Inside for ball 3.
All 3 of the balls he's thrown in this at-bat have been inside, the first 2 being breaking balls, but that third one seemed to be fastball and just inside.
That's going to be high for ball 4. And that's the call that the Bulldogs were looking for on the last at-bat. As now it's Nick Bruder will take a swing at things. 1 for 2 in this game.
A ground out RBI for himself. Also a single as we get a mound visit here. 2 outs in this inning so far, but you got a runner at first and second. Kalamazoo making sure to stop any type of 2-out rally that has been so prominent today. As Bruder has played well. And what you don't want is for him to make a play and then have Miranda to follow up, as this inning can get out of hand real quick. So I'm guessing the Kalamazoo coach is talking to his pitcher in the infield to discuss on some certain things. They have a force out at all 3 bases. The ump came in to tell him it's enough to talk and get back to playing some ball.
Two outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runners on first at second. Nick Bruder crunches that one out to right field, and the catch is made by Lockhart.
It's unfortunate to have 2 runners on base be left there, not being able to capitalize on an opportunity you have, especially in this type of a game, how it's a lot closer than it was in the first game. And you're hoping to keep the sweep chances alive, as Cassell is talking to the ump, probably apologizing for his language towards him after the strike 3 call.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Top of the 5th inning coming up right here from Nicolay Field. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV. Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian.
Back at Nicolay Field, top of the 5th inning between the Hornets and the Bulldogs. As Kalamazoo up to bat with a 4-3 lead.
Also, one thing to mention, Herms, is they're back to the top of their order as well with Mills.
Cooper Mills will wait out 2 balls.
The tough position to be as you've thrown.
This is swung on by Mills. Got down for a base hit.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about, with being that you've already thrown 4 innings, and tiredness can eventually get to you, and especially when you're facing the top of the order at this time, it's due to have a few hits being taken on you.
Mills was 0 for 2, and that's going to be his first hit of this game and second of the day. Had a hit and an RBI. Oh, man, and a wild pitch goes off the head of Harrison Posat. Hope that he's okay. That's never a situation that you like to see.
We're going to get a mound visit here.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to make a change. And that's what it looks like. Gutierrez will take the bracelet off and hand the baseball over. So we'll step aside as the Bulldogs make their change on the mound. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman, don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Come back. Welcome back at the Nicolay Field in sunny Adrian, Michigan. A change on the mound for the Bulldogs. Stepping up to throw is going to be Lincoln Lipinski, as he looks to try and help out his squad.
He's been thrown into a little bit of a tough situation here, but he's got 21 strikeouts on the year, so I'm hoping he can get one and then possibly getting a double play to get out of this tough situation. And realize that Gutierrez was a little bit tired, as we've seen multiple times of him missing his fastball inside a little bit high, and that is how Posat was able to get on base, as that was a little bit of a wild pitch and hit him right in the head.
Lipinski gets his first pitch over home plate. As Reinhardt sitting at 2-1, no outs. Men on first and second. Another great pitch, but not called.
Reinhardt has 2 Ks so far throughout this game.
Ball 4 will set up the Hornets. Bases loaded. And Kalamazoo will have their try at this scenario. Bulldogs have had their fair share of chances today with bases loaded and either no outs or 1 out. But not Kalamazoo. So here we go. First pitch is high.
This is not a guy you want in the batter's box if you're an Adrian Bulldog, as he hit a double just earlier.
Hawkins is going to wait it out.
First 2 pitches high. First one being a breaking ball that just didn't get low. The second one being just a fastball.
Again, 3 balls in a row. We'll set up a walk here. But it's in there for strike number 1.
This would be huge if he's able to climb back into this count and not give up a walk.
3-1 pitch. Inside for ball 4. And they'll advance to home. They'll score again. And man, you have to wonder what was in the water for the Hornets in between games. Only about 30 minutes of turnaround time, and both of the dugouts getting plenty to eat and drink during the break. But the Hornets all over this one, as this first pitch fouled off to Stechow.
Yeah, a complete turnaround for the Hornets, as they were demoralized in that first game, 12-2, and Adrian may be thinking that they could roll him again. Well, it's obviously not been the case, as there is a ball that seemed to be a strike.
Here's this next pitch, and you never like to rag on the umpire at all, but some interesting calls being made here at home plate. Called balls and strikes that just seem like they're not going, and you had that play earlier where there was a potential call out, but it was not made, and the Hornets scored. So we'll get a meeting at the mound here to try and sort things out.
I think it's just going to be a little bit of a pep talk. I mean, looked over to the home plate umpire as well when he was walking out, shaking his head. So obviously a little bit frustrated with the call so far. And Lipinski just looking to possibly get out of this inning somehow in this terrible jam.
Not the breaks the Bulldogs were looking for. The 2-1 pitch swung on for strike number 2, and a good response.
So what a simple pep talk can do to your pitcher, get him right in the right headspace.
2-2 pitch. Sent to the middle. Play is not made in time. No throw at all, and an RBI single will put the Hornets up 6-3. No outs. Bases are still maxed out.
It's not good for the Bulldogs. They just need an out somehow. That's all they need.
First pitch in there for strike number 1.
Interesting what this ump is calling now, is seeing a lot of those outside strike zone.
Wild pitch will advance everybody, and sliding to home are the Hornets. They'll get another one.
That one was just a breaking ball that unfortunately got past Posart as it hit the ground before him and kind of skipped awkwardly past him.
This next pitch hit well to center. And the Bulldogs finally able to get their first out of the side. It's going to score another run. It's 7-3, Kalamazoo.
And what a turnaround for the Hornets. I mean, you get bounced like that in a game, and all of a sudden now you're up 7-3. It's the exact opposite in the first game. You can just see the difference between just 2 hours, really, Herms. That pitch is in there for 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is Fenkel, who's 1 for 2 in this game. Checked on that one. He did go around, so that'll be strike number 2. Two and 2 count for Lipinski. This is chopped to first. It's played down for the out, but another run will score. And finally, the Bulldogs are able to clear the bases out. But they've allowed 5 runs in this 5th inning. It's 9-3. This is what you anticipated heading into the first game. Knowing how well Kalamazoo can hit. Sure, you mix in some calls along the way that don't go in favor of the Bulldogs. But they are jumping up in a big way.
Now, this is the Kalamazoo team that we thought we were going to get the first game, not the 3-hit Kalamazoo team that we saw. And instead, they have 7 hits. Which is interesting because only 7, but 9 runs as that one's fouled. It's crazy to think that through 7 batters for Kalamazoo, they had 0 hits. And now, almost in a blink of an eye, as that one somehow called a ball, that this game has just turned its head. And the Bulldogs sit down 6.
Oh, and another ball that's thrown off a batter. Oh, man, this is going to be bad. We'll take a step aside just for a second. We'll be right back. Back after that quick timeout. Lockhart hit by a pitch in the head area. And looks like we're going to get a visit to the mound.
A thing to note is that Lockhart went to the dugout and was replaced by Cam Kelly on first. But scary stuff as he ducked last second, but that ball was just breaking and unfortunately hit him square in the head as we're going to get another pitching change.
Again, we'll take some more time off here as we'll cut to commercial while the Bulldogs make a pitching change. Bottom of the 5th inning, 9-3 Kalamazoo. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV. Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back to the Nicolay Field. Pitching change for the Bulldogs. Now to the mound. Brock Shoemaker will make his appearance. The left-handed thrower gets his first pitch over the plate for strike number 1.
It's the first lefty that we've seen on the mound and today for both games. And hopefully the Bulldogs can just get out of this inning as they've let up 5 and have a runner at first.
Shoemaker looking to rally his team out of the side as he gets another one in there for a swinging strike number 2.
Interesting to know is that he's only had 5 innings pitched. So Ramey digging a little bit deeper into his bullpen, trying to find something to work for the Bulldogs as they try to climb themselves back into this game.
2-2 pitch to Bolton. Down low, full count. This pitch swung and hit hard to center. This gets down towards the wall, rounding third and into home. Hornets double digits here in game number 2, and an RBI double for Bolton.
Shoemaker, it was good pitching at bat for Shoemaker, but unfortunately he just left that curveball a little bit high. And Bolton was able to read it well and find the gap for a double.
2 outs and a man on second. Here's a bunt towards first. This is going to get down. And Mills will get on base. Cooper Mills with a great decision to set up the bunt.
He found himself in that perfect spot for that bunt. He laid it down beautifully, as it's in that awkward spot between the pitcher and the first baseman, and the hesitation from Miranda to be able to pick that one up caused him to get on first.
Shoemaker gets strike number 1 to the catcher in Posat.
Good 0-2 count here. You really just want to stop the bleeding and make sure that the total stops at 10 for this inning, so you can get out of it and just get yourself into batting. Shoemaker, unfortunately, going against some righties, as I usually face, usually helps out with the righties getting a lefty pitcher.
Swing is there, and a stolen base. That's going to make some hard contact with Kedro. Seems to be all right.
Yeah, I think that one went right off of his thigh. That's why he jumped up a little bit. And the ump asking him if he's okay. But luckily that ball is foul. So the runner at first stays at first and cannot go to second to be back in the scoring position.
0-2 pitch with 2 outs from Shoemaker. Swung, missed, and the strikeout. And finally, the 5th inning is over. Bulldogs back to bat. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Bulldog Baseball. Hold on. Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the 5th inning here between the Bulldogs and the Hornets of Kalamazoo College. A massive 6-run inning for Kalamazoo in the top of the 5th as this is roped out to center and quickly caught for the first out of the side. Lucas Bolton will get the glove on it.
That was a well-struck ball by Miranda. Unfortunately, he just got unlucky by the placement, as that being dead center, that being the farthest place that is still in the field. So possibly if he was able to pull that a little bit or made it a little bit go oppo, then he would probably have himself a home run.
This is Wagner now up to bat, 0 for 1 today. Takes ball number 1 and the second to follow.
A nice sack fly for an RBI earlier.
He'll hold off that one again. Count 3-0. And that's called for a strike.
It's again that outside favoring he thinks to just caught the left-hand corner. That one almost looked the exact same pitch, but this time instead of it being called a strike, it's called a ball, and we have ball 4. Wagner gets on base.
Well, that will set up David Kedro. Man on first and 1 out. Bulldogs really need to find some momentum here at the halfway point in the game. First pitch is in for a strike. Again, scraping the outside corner of the plate. Had some movement on it. Framed well by the catcher in Posart.
Cadro's had 2 great hits, but
Hit well through the center field gap and down for a single.
he's had great swings. Like I was about to say, he had 2 line drive flyouts in the outfield, but this time he keeps it a little bit low and it goes right up the middle. And the Bulldogs are back in business as they have a runner on first and second.
2 men on. Brings up Ryan Davis, the third baseman. 0 for 1 today.
He had a walk in his first at bat and then hit a fly out to right field. Earlier, hoping to have a different result and move the runners.
This pitch well outside. Called for a strike. Oprinsky has been lights out for the Hornets. Thrown 81 pitches to this point. Again, down low in the dirt, 2-1.
And you can't do for Adrian is ground out into a double play.
The pitch to Davis, fouled off.
Third base coach didn't even move on that one. That was me. I'd be a little bit nervous, but he realized it was going behind him and decided just to sit exactly where he was.
2-2 with runners on first and second. Inside at the knee, full count. Bulldogs really need Davis to come up big here. Either a hit or a walk to set up bases loaded. He hits it, and it gets down to center. Runners will advance. Bulldogs back on the scoreboard. They're now down by 6. It's 10-4 Kalamazoo. Men on second and third with 1 out. As this brings up Easton Rogers. A hit and an RBI today in this game.
Well, back to that hit. It was hit in a perfect spot because Wagner's not necessarily the fastest guy on the team. And that ball being hit in between the gap of the 2 outfielders, it allowed Wagner to round third easily and have a stand up as he came home. And now we're going to get a mound visit for Kalamazoo.
Looks like we'll get a pitching change as we'll take some time to step aside while Kalamazoo sorts things out. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself. Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bulldogs trying to rally, down by 6 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Easton Rogers will take a swing at things. Owen Schill in replacement at the mound for Brendan Oprinsky. Oprinsky today through 5 innings, throwing 87 pitches. Exits the game with his team still leading.
It's important to take him out at the time that they did, as you want fresh arm coming in to try to get out of this jam that they've been put themselves into with the runner at second and third.
1-1 the count to Rogers. He pops it up. This will settle down towards the right. We'll see if they can make the play, and they do. A pop out for Rogers. Well, leaves a man on second and third with 2 outs.
That's a good play by Stachow, as that ball was hit high up in the air and the wind caught it, as we have left to right winds, and the movement that he had to do to be able to track that ball was extremely important, especially with the guy at second and third to hold them up, because an error like that can happen quickly, and all of a sudden it's a 10-5 game and you're only down by 5.
Jack Boyke will come up to the plate. The left-handed hitter. 1 for 2 in this game. 2 outs on the board. Takes the first one for strike 1.
It's important as a lefty, too, facing a righty, because most of the time, righties love to throw a breaking ball on the outside and hit that outside corner that we've seen many of times, but
this is chopped towards the second base area. Throw is made in time, and that's going to finish things out.
Schill being very hyped up for his squad, as the Bulldogs had 2 runners in scoring position and could not get anything to go, and they needed that as they are down by 6.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a second with more Bulldog baseball. Kalamazoo leading things off here. It's Ryer Reinhardt, the only player for the Hornets at this moment in time who does not have a hit in this game. And I spoke too soon because now he does as he singles out to first.
Reinhardt had 2 strikeouts to start, then a walk, and then now that single right up the middle gets him at first. And it's an interesting note, Herms, is that in the first game, Kalamazoo went deep into their bullpen, and now Adrian's kind of doing the same in the second game. We thought maybe it would come in play for the bullpen of Kalamazoo later in this game because they've used so many of their pitchers already, but it seems not to be a problem.
This is flown out towards right. And yeah, you kind of have to wonder what happened in between games where Kalamazoo was able to figure it out. You should never knock a team that's second place in a conference because you know that they're certainly good, but they found something, and coaching staff putting the pieces together. They've been hitting, fielding, they've done it all here in this game.
And it's also pretty much the same lineup that they had in the first game as well.
This is sent out. Oh, and almost fielded down. The play will go to second. It's there in time for the out. A leaping glove from Jacob Charles. Couldn't get the catch initially, but picked it up off the ground and threw it over to second for the out.
Yeah, it was a great play by him, almost being able to turn that into a double play, but unfortunately only sits at 5'10", so if he had himself an extra 2 inches, maybe he would have been able to get that one. But easily, he's still been able to get that out as the runner at first had to be in the middle of it, because if that ball was caught, that could have been an easy double play.
This one smashed out over the fence. One and one count with a man on first. That one from Shoemaker outside.
Shoemaker unfortunately facing a lot of righties. And it kind of hurts him a little bit. Kalamazoo doesn't have a lot of lefties at all.
This will get down towards right field for a base hit from Stechow. And again, the Hornets aboard with runners on first and second. We'll get another mound visit from head coach Craig Rainey. And we'll see what the decision is here. We're going to make another pitching change from what it seems. And while they do that, we'll step aside for a commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Bulldog Baseball. change for the Bulldogs. Stepping in is going to be number 34, Ambrose Horwath, the freshman from Hudson, Michigan. Check swing there. Got all the way around for a strike. Bulldogs still down by 6. It's 10-4 in favor of the Hornets of Kalamazoo College. 1 out, men on first and second.
Interesting choice to go with another lefty.
This is sent out to left center. Fielded down. The throw will immediately go to third and stop the runner at second from advancing. Could see some of the shadows starting to pop up here on the field as the sunshine starts to dim down a little bit. I don't think this game will get to the point where we'll need to use the overhead lamps, but you never know.
As a lefty, this is exactly what you want. Lefty on lefty action. As you're able to throw those breaking balls outside and be able to kind of control what exactly pitch you want, especially with an ump that's calling a strike zone a little bit on the outside as well.
It's Alex Fankel in the box. Waits out another pitch for ball 2.
Starting to hear some unliked from the fans. Fans kind of complaining about that last ball that was thrown as they thought that was in there for a strike. And the ump kind of pleads with them as he calls a strike on the next one.
Next pitch is down in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Horwath with his first batter he's facing today. Fankel waiting things out, the designated hitter. 1-3 on the day. It's in there for strike number 2.
That's exactly what you want if you're Horwath. As the last thing you want to do is walk a batter for the bases to be loaded, but with 2 outs, then you have an out at any bag that's not home plate.
Three-two pitch, smack to right, but foul.
That almost hit an unsuspecting fan. He was talking to what looks like to be his son, not paying attention at all, and that ball almost hit him. But luckily, everyone is okay.
The bullpen way out there in right field. Here's a 3-2 pitch again. Both men will go. Fankel stays in it with a chop.
He was expecting a fastball there and then changed up the speed of his swing just in time to be able to get at least a little bit of contact on that and stay in this at bat and also staying in this inning.
2 outs again. Full count. Lofted back to first. No play.
Miranda was set. Horwath would have been able to throw that one with a little bit more pace and possibly get the out at the pickoff.
Here's the 3-2 again. Play will be made to first for the out. I'm not even sure what that hit, but it hit something. Maybe it was the barrel of the bat. But the Bulldogs will come away with an out, and that will retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, right here from the Nicolay Field. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV. Bulldogs back to the batter's box. In the bottom of the 6th inning, down by 6. Score 10-4 in favor of the Kalamazoo Hornets. Joe Cassell leading things off. The first game today went 5 for 5 and started things off early on in this second one at 6-6, but that streak was eventually broken. So now 1 for 3 on the day. Early meeting of the minds.
I wonder what exactly they're discussing, as Excel is the most dangerous Bulldog on this roster. He unfortunately did have a strikeout that he didn't necessarily like in his last at-bat, and he's hoping to change it up just a little bit. But righty-on-righty action here to start off the bottom of the 6th.
Some mind games maybe, trying to toy around with Cassell.
And the Bulldogs need something, and this is the guy to get it going.
First pitch from Schill will sit for ball number 1. Second one down low as well.
It's interesting, in the first 2 pitches, Schill said no to the first call from the catcher and then agreed on the second one, both of them being balls.
It's in there for strike number 1. Need a hit if you're Joe Cassell here.
You have 8 hits only compared to the 18 you had from the last game, as he fouled that one off.
A cut from Cassell. Off the back wall.
It's 2-2 count.
No outs in 2-2 for Cassell. Hit well, but caught by the second baseman in David Stechow, who leaps up to make the play.
Stechow was in perfect position there, as if he was anywhere else, Sal would be sitting at first right now, but good positioning by the second baseman. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they're 1 up and 1 down through the bottom of the 6th.
This brings up number 4 and Jacob Charles, the second baseman for Adrian College. Takes the first one for strike number 1. 1 out. Hit well, lined down the wall. It will be fouled out.
Charles pitching the first game and then making a great play at second base earlier in this game. Do it yourself, double play, as he picked up the ball, tagged the second base, and threw out the runner at first.
Next one is in there. We'll wait it out for ball 1.
It's important as you're down 0-2 to be able to take those.
1-2 turns into 2-2.
If anything, that's exactly what you need for the Bulldogs, just to extend an at-bat and get something going.
2-2. Hit hard and fouled off.
Charles was 1 for 2, flew out for a sack, and then singled and then walked.
Hit well off the barrel. He's going to try and beat it out, and he's unable to do so. So a ground out for Charles as Bruder come up now.
The energy has kind of left the building for the Bulldogs, as in the first game everybody was cheering and going crazily. And at the start of this game as well, I mean,
Here's another chopper to second. And 2 straight ground outs will close out that side. Bulldogs can't find themselves on the scoreboard at all in the bottom of the 6th. And momentum certainly a factor in this one, as you were starting to allude to there, Tyler. Bulldogs coming into the game with a huge win over Kalamazoo to start the day off, and just not finding the bounces that they want here.
I mean, the first 3 innings, they scored a run in each of them, and they looked like they were just going to continue exactly what they did in the first game, and then they kind of went dry just a little bit. I think that 6-run top of the 5th kind of hurt them a lot, and the energy seems to be a little bit low for Craig Ramey's Bulldog squad. And they're just hoping to get out of this inning, make sure that the runs stay at 10 for the rest, and try to fight back in the batter's box, which they've not been able to do. They've left a lot of runners on base and dry, and just could wish to get those guys in, and this game would have been a little bit different.
Inning now. This brings up Cam Kelly.
Earlier, Lockhart was hit in the head, and Cam Kelly came in to replace him at first and then also in the game, as well as Lockhart seems to be out for the rest of the day.
This is hit back. One and one count for Howarth. Again, tipped well high.
So a good first at bat for Horwath.
1-2 pitch. Down in the dirt for ball number 2.
He was hoping to get Kelly swinging, but Kelly read the pitch well and realized it was going to be a breaking ball in the dirt, and check swinged out of there.
This is grounded to third, the long throw. Right there and in time for out number 1.
Miranda with a great pickup there, as Davis threw that one a little bit low, but Miranda was able to snag it off the ground. And an interesting point, too, I think that ball was more in the dirt on the throw, and Kelly was able to somehow clip it out and unfortunately couldn't get to first in time.
This now brings up Bolton, the center fielder, number 33, 1 and 2 on the day.
It was hit by pitch.
He'll rope it out to center. Back to go play it is Boyke right there. Gets under it for the fly out.
Good to get Bolton out, as in the 5th he was a part of that 6-run score with an RBI double and scoring himself as well.
Two outs. And a first pitch strike.
Mills kind of talking back to his dugout after that first pitch strike.
0-1. Punch to short. The long throw is right there, and a 1-2-3 inning for the Bulldogs.
It's exactly what they needed. Just keep the defense going, and hopefully the offense can start clicking for them so they can come back into this baseball game.
We'll step aside for a moment and return for the bottom of the 7th inning. Bulldogs down by 6. Kalamazoo leads it. A.J. Miranda will step up to bat to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning between the Bulldogs and the Hornets of Kalamazoo College. My name is Alex Herman, joined alongside, as always, by Tyler Ackerman, right here from the Nicolay Field. Game number 2 of 3 this weekend between these two top MIAA opponents. The first pitch from Schill will be called for a ball. We'll sit at 1-0.
A tale of two different stories here, Herms. If you're just joining us in, the first game between these two top-ranked opponents was all Adrian, as they won 12-2 by mercy rule in the 8th inning. And this one started off as a close affair, and now is a 6-run difference between the Hornets and the Bulldogs.
And 6 runs we'll talk about. That's 5th inning for the Hornets. They scored 6 straight. Had 2 in the top of the 3rd, 2 in the top of the 4th, and 6 in the top of the 5th. And that's how you have the extended lead. A.J. Miranda hit by a pitch there.
And also the ump also got hit by that. So double deflection. It went off of Miranda, looked to be his inside leg, and then also off the ump and his inside leg as well. So Ramey going to go check on him and also give him some new baseballs. But Adrian, that's exactly what you want, is a runner on base. It doesn't matter how he got on the base, but they will take it as Wagner is now up to bat.
Edward Wagner, the designated hitter, number 20 for this game. Looking to rally the troops here at the Nicolay Field.
Back to the bottom of the 5th. He was the one that scored the run for Adrian. Their lone one in the bottom of the 5th.
One and 0 to start off. Here's Schill with the pitch. Inside for ball 2.
Interesting thing to look at is Wagner stands as close as he can to the back of the batter's box. Give himself enough time to view the pitch entirely and have a good swing on it if it's good and he likes it.
That throw outside again for ball number 3.
I was wondering when Schill was going to get a little bit tired, and it seems to be the case. He hit Miranda, and now he has a 3-0 count for Wagner.
There's your called strike 1.
An unwritten rule in baseball, 3-0 count, you don't swing. Don't really understand why, but it's been a thing for what seems like forever.
Oh, and Wagner was ready to go. But an outside pitch is called a strike. Full count.
Seen a little bit of that inconsistency of that outside zone come to play, and that's exactly what Wagner thought, is it being a ball.
3-2 pitch. Hit up the middle towards the gap. It's fielded down for the first out. But it will help Miranda get to second regardless.
Yeah, it's huge that that ball was hit how it was, so there wasn't a double play in favor of the Hornets. And now the Bulldogs have a runner at second with only 1 out.
This is David Kedro stepping in the box. Has had his work cut out for him in both of these games as the catcher for both of the contests. A lot of baseball as a catcher.
You see a lot of action all the time. Usually pitchers get the most recognition for throwing the pitches, but the catcher has to stop all of them too. And with going and playing as well in the hitting box, it's a tough position. Back in my day, playing some Little League baseball, I hated catcher because you had to always squat down and your knees would be feeling it by probably the second inning.
Two and one the count for Kedro. Hit well, but foul as it was ripped down the right field line.
Got a hold on that one, Herms. That ball was struck extremely well, just a little bit behind. And if that one was able to get into the field of play, could have easily found field and maybe get an RBI for himself.
2-2 with one out and a man on second. Waiting the pitch from Schill. Punched to the second baseline. The throw is there in time. We'll get a base runner on third, but 2 outs. Need something coming here from Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis was able to get the RBI double in the bottom of the fifth. And now he has another chance of getting an RBI and a must need for the Bulldogs.
The first pitch to Ryan Davis, outside.
I mean, the Bulldogs have 8 hits, but only 4 runs. It's just been, unfortunately, leaving batters and runners out on scoring positions. That has been really the difference of this game. As the top of the fifth, Kalamazoo had multiple times where they had runners on scoring positions and they were able to bat them home. But Adrian just not being able to do that this game.
Here's 2-0 to Davis. Straight down the middle for strike one.
I think Davis is sitting probably on a breaking ball, hoping to get something and trying to pull it just a tad.
Hit well, sent to center, and it's caught. Good contact for Davis, but no dice. Hornets get out of the jam, and that'll bring up Harrison Posat to start the top of the 8th inning. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman from Nicolay Field. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV. Back at the Nicolay Field. Top of the 8th inning. New pitcher in for the Bulldogs. It's Edward Benez. That ball slashed down the right field line.
As coming in, you really don't want to face Posat, as now he leads the team in RBIs with 43 and also has 5 home runs. What we talked about in the first game, he is a heavy hitter, and to start off with him as coming in to pitch is absolutely brutal.
Benez's pitch down low. A good stop from Kedro. Moved towards the left field line and fouled.
Talking about in the previous inning of being a catcher in Kedro, he's only had one go past him. Unfortunately, it was a big one in the top of the 5th that scored a run. But he's played really well as a catcher so far in these 2 games.
Another ball is fouled off by Posat.
Surprised that Posat swung at that one, as it seemed extremely inside.
Again, we'll hold on to that pitch.
Posat's already been hit by a pitch earlier in this game. So I wonder if that's a little bit on his mind, as he's taking 2 balls inside.
This will fly out of play for another foul ball.
An extended full count here.
And swinging and missing is Posat. Benez will get the punch out.
That's huge to start. Extremely on that breaking ball and being able to get him swinging. But it just doesn't get easier as Reinhardt comes up to bat.
Quick pitch from Benez. Ball number 1. This is flown out to shallow center. Oh, and a great catch. How about that from Jack Boyke?
I told you, Herms, Boyke's been doing amazing out there, as every fly ball that he's been able to track down. That one coming in a little bit shallow, and he's just been able to get there in time, use his feet, and then diving to catch that one. What a play to keep this game all at 10-4.
2 outs and a great diving play from Boyke at center. The 1-1 count for Benez. Next pitch in there had some movement on it. Kalamazoo up 10-4 for those of you just tuning in now. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman right here from the Nicolay Field. A foul tip clears the fence.
Huge to get out of this inning in a 1-2-3 and get back to the batter's box. Just trying to claw back into this game with only 2 more innings to play.
Oh, and that's sent into the dugout. Oh, man. Hope everybody is okay. Did that just hit somebody? Holy smokes.
I mean, there's a lot of kids in there,
Oh,
so I'm going to assume it hit someone, but hopefully everyone's okay.
One of his teammates is pointing the other way to say, you got to hit it not towards us. And the strikeout called. That will retire the side. No runs in the top of the 8th. Easton Rogers up to bat when we return. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman on ACTV. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV. Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV. Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV. Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media.
Easton Rogers to start off the bottom of the 8th inning. Makes good contact, flies it to right, but it's caught.
Unfortunately, that Bulldogs can't get anything going right now. They've flown a couple of them out to right. First it was Lockhart back there, and now it's Kelly. And they've stayed strong and not have any errors so far today in both games.
One pitch and one out for the Hornets. Jack Boyke will take a swing at things.
1 for 3 on the day. 2 ground outs and a single.
This is hit well to third. Fielded to first. Another out.
Now instead of one pitch, it was 2 pitches. And hopefully Cassell can get something going for the Bulldogs, as he's gone a little bit dry in his last couple of at-bats.
Interesting to note, too, refreshing the MIAA standings. With a win earlier today, Hope jumped over Kalamazoo for the second spot in the conference, as they have 9 games played and a 7-2 record. Adrian stays at the top spot with 8 games played, 7-1. Kalamazoo with 9 now, 6-3. Be interesting to see what happens to the standings again following the conclusion of this second game of the afternoon.
Now, if Kalamazoo wins, Herms, do they jump up over Hope, or?
It's a good question, because I imagine that Hope will be playing as well, as this is hit hard to left. Oh, and it's dropped! Wow. An unforeseen error will be a lucky break for Joe Cassell, as finally he's able to get back into the hit column.
That's the first. I was talking about a little bit earlier with the right fielders on how there's not been any errors. And unfortunately, Hawkins just not able to track that ball, and it goes in his glove and out of his glove. And Cassell stays at first, not really thinking that anything was going to happen, as he thought he was going to be out for sure. So he was kind of jogging to first, and that's why he could only get 1 out of it and not 2.
Jacob Charles with 2 outs And a man on first. It'll be really good for the Bulldogs if they can find themselves to another hit.
That pitch inside. Charles kind of looking back to the dugout, shaking his head. He wants something to swing at.
Finally, he does, and he gets it down the third base line. It'll be a single. We'll see if he can turn it into a double. He'll get there. The tag is there. What a throw, what a catch, and a great play at second. Charles not fast enough.
Hawkins just made up for his unfortunate error that he has as he lined that one to second and threw out Charles, trying to advance, taking a risk for the Bulldogs to get back into this game, and unfortunately could not have anything come from it. And the Bulldogs leave another man on base as we head to the top of the ninth.
Well, Adrian has their work cut out for them. They'll have to quickly close out the top of the ninth inning, and they'll have one more try at things in the bottom of the ninth. Down by 6, it's 10-4 Kalamazoo. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Baseball. David Stetchow to start things off here in the top of the ninth. Looking to extend their lead a little bit further. The Hornets are up by 6 at this point in the game. Bulldogs started the game off great. First inning, they got a run. The second, another run. The third, a run after the Hornets scored 2. So they were still leading to that point. And Kalamazoo with 2 runs in the fourth inning and 6 in the fifth. Bulldogs' only other score coming in the bottom of the fifth, and is where we're sitting at right now with the 10-4.
Another thing to note is those 2 runs coming in the fourth. It was the 4th run that was a controversial call at home plate, which kind of got everyone a little bit riled up, and then Kalamazoo was able to follow that with another 6 runs.
This is fielded down at third. The throw from Davis gets to first, and they'll be awarded the first out of the inning.
It's huge. And just anything you want, if you want to get back into this game, is to start off with a 1-2-3 inning. It'll get the boys going a little bit and having some faith in their hitters coming up.
First pitch down in the dirt from Benez.
That one bounced off the turf and hit the ump again. It's been hit a couple of times now, Herms, in the last couple of innings.
Robert Newland, 1 for 4 today. Smacked through the gap at short. Makes its way rolling to the outfield. And it's played down for a base hit.
Well, now that you can't get the 1-2-3 from strikeouts or groundouts, kind of want to get it hit into a double play if possible, just to get out of it as soon.
An out and a man on first in Newland.
And has left that one up a little bit. I'm surprised that it wasn't swung at.
0-1 inside now, 1-1.
Seemed like Benko kind of leaned his knee into play there and almost clipped it.
This is punched to second. They got the out at first and the out at second for a double play. Good fielding from the Bulldogs to get out of that one, not allowing any scores. They get the play at second base right here for the first out, and the second out at first base. The throw was just barely in time. And do or die now for the Bulldogs. Down by 6 as we're in the bottom of the 9th inning. Don't go anywhere, folks. Crazy Bulldog baseball coming up. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman. It's the bottom of the 9th inning between Kalamazoo College and Adrian College. Right here at the Nicolay Field in beautiful Adrian, Michigan, as the sun beginning to set on a nice day of baseball. Hopefully we'll stay up long enough for the Bulldogs to make some kind of comeback here. That first pitch is way up high to Nick Bruder.
If you're a Bulldog fan, this is exactly who you want to start off with, as Brewer leads the team in batting percentage as of now. And then following that is Miranda on deck, and he's leading the team in home runs and RBIs. So exactly who you want.
This is hit well, but straight into the glove. Bruder can't get it done. Kalamazoo 2 away from splitting the series.
Again, that's twice now where Stetchow has just been in perfect position. We had that line out that was extremely fast coming at him, and he was just able to catch it easily. And that one, again, just in perfect position, and unfortunate for the Bulldogs.
1 out with the fly from Bruder. Miranda trying to start it off here. 2-0 the count to Miranda.
It's good starting off with 2 balls. He can be able to find the pitch. Eventually, she'll have to throw something in the strike zone.
Hit well to short. He'll try and run it out, but he can't get there. And the Hornets are 1 out away from closing this game out, as it'll bring up Edward Wagner.
The DH. Little walk previously, and then a ground out in his last at-bat. Hoping to get something different of a result, or this game might be over as quickly as it started.
Two outs on the first pitch. Chopped to the second base path. Long throw is there in time. And a massive response from the Kalamazoo College Hornets as they win this one by a score of 10-4 in 9 innings.
What a response, as you mentioned, from Kalamazoo. You lose the first game 12-2, and all hopes are kind of down, and they've been able to battle back into this game down by 3, and just a great showing for them in this second game. Quickly just to turn the tables, and now the series is tied at 1s.
One more game still to play between both of these sides. The first one going in favor of the Bulldogs by a nice score of 12-2, and this one will close out a 10-4 victory in favor of the Kalamazoo College Hornets. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, folks, for game number 3 of this weekend series. First pitch at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be on the call tomorrow, so looking forward to having you all rejoin us on ACTV. And from everybody up here in the booth, Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman, and Gia Avalone saying good evening and good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've been watching Bulldog Baseball on ACTV.